Okay, so good evening. Today we're going to look at parts 3 and 4 of the listening. Now we've seen part 1, which had the pictures. And for the pictures, we need to quickly analyze the pictures and think, what are the people doing? What are they wearing? What actions are happening? What is in the picture? How can we describe the things in the picture? We need to think quickly and kind of anticipate all of those things before we hear the 4 options. And in part 2, we have the statement or the question. And for that one, we need to anticipate if we have question words. So what will the answer be? So if we have a who question, we're going to have a person in the answer, in the correct answer. If we have a where question, we're going to have a place, a when, a time, and so on. So if we can anticipate these question words, so we can then think ahead and think about answers, then that's easier for us. Okay? Part 3 and part 4 are slightly different. Part 3 is more about analyzing the situation and interpreting the information in a conversation. Let's just have a look. Okay. So this is the what is the TOEIC document that I've shared with you before. So we're going to look at section 3 and section 4 today. Section 3, the conversation. So we have 30 questions built around 10 dialogues. So we listen to 10 conversations. Each conversation has 3 questions. Candidates will be asked to review the answers and provide one that accurately reflects the content of the conversation. Now we'll have a look at a few of these examples, and then we'll analyze the kind of things we need to be dependent of, that we need to be aware of. Okay. Oh, well,
Questions 32.
That's the audio on the PDF. Okay, so that was the part 1 with the pictures. We need to analyze the pictures. Part 3. Can you make that bigger? No. Can you see this okay? Okay, so we're going to listen to a conversation. We have 3 questions about the first conversation, 3 questions about the second conversation, and we have 10 in total. Let's have a quick look at the questions and answers first before we listen.
Teacher.
Hello.
How many questions are in the TOEIC exam?
In the which exam? In this exam? There's 200. So listening is 45 minutes. In total, have 100. And then you have 100 in the reading as well.
Thanks, teacher.
No problem. Okay, so where do the speakers work? So we need to analyze the place. You know, is it any of these could be anywhere, these conversations. But we need to use our common sense. So where do the speakers work? At a pharmacy, at a university, at a laboratory, at a dental clinic. So we need to listen for clues to help us with this one. Who is Tristan Park? A store manager, a job applicant. Applicant means they've applied for a job. A frequent customer or a cashier. And what will the man do next? Review some resumes, visit an agency, make a phone call, or send an email. Okay, so we need to listen for what the man will do next. Don't be distracted by, you know, these words used elsewhere in the conversation. He might say he'll send an email next. He might say he'll make a phone call next. But be careful if they say things like, I made a phone call yesterday, or we need to visit an agency. Okay, because that's not the answer for what will the man do next. Okay, so we can't be distracted by those kind of things.
Questions 32 through 34 refer to the following conversation.
Can you hear that? Hello? Can you hear that?
Jan, did you get a chance to read the resume I put on your desk for the pharmacy assistant position?
That was Tristan Park's resume, right? Yes, I looked it over. He graduated from a great program and has a lot of experience working at pharmacies. I think he's the ideal candidate.
I think so too. I'll send him an email and set up an interview for next week. I hope he's still interested in the job.
Okay, so it's quite quick. That's why we need to look for these clues and be able to focus on the information we need. Remember, in the exam, you'll only listen once. You'll only hear the conversation one time. That's why it's so important to be able to focus and listen and process the information.
Questions 32 through 34 refer to the following conversation. Jan, did you get a chance to read the resume I put on your desk for the pharmacy assistant position?
That was Tristan Park's resume, right? Yes, I looked it over. He graduated from a great program and has a lot of experience working at pharmacies. I think he's the ideal candidate.
I think so too. I'll send him an email and set up an interview for next week. I hope he's still interested in the job.
Okay. So where do the speakers work?
A are the pharmacy.
At a pharmacy. Yeah. Who is Tristan Park?
B, a job applicant.
Job applicant. Yeah. So we hear the woman say, that's Tristan Park's resume. So we know that Tristan Park is looking for the job. He's applied for the job.
Number 32.
And what will the man do next? What will the man do next? Let's listen back. Let's analyze it. I'll pause it as we go along.
Questions 32 through 34 refer to the following conversation. Jan, did you get a chance to read the resume I put on your desk for the pharmacy assistant position?
Okay. So they're talking about a pharmacy assistant position. So we can think, okay, this is probably the answer. We need to listen a bit more in case it's a pharmacy in a laboratory, or they say it's a pharmacy at a dental clinic. But if nothing else comes up, then we know that the answer is A. So we can continue listening, thinking that it's going to be A, unless one of these comes up.
That was Tristan Park's resume, right?
Like I said before, when she says that was Tristan Park's resume, then we know that Tristan Park has sent an application. He sent his resume, his hoja de vida, and that he wants a job. So, who is Tristan Park? B. Now the woman's talking now, so we don't really need any more. We don't need to worry about what she says until the man starts talking again. What will the man do next?
Yes, I looked it over. He graduated from a great program and has a lot of experience working at pharmacies. I think he's the ideal candidate.
I think so too. I'll send him an email and set up an interview for next week.
So I'll send him an email. So D. We don't need to listen or focus on anything else. He says, I'll send him an email. That's it. We don't need any more information. There's not going to be any more tricks. And 35 to 37. Why is the woman visiting the photography studio? To have photos taken. Remember, this is the paying for a service. To pick up an order, to apply for a job, or to reserve a service. Okay, an order can be anything. Anything that you request, make a request for, is an order. To apply for a job, so like Tristan, or to reserve a service. So remember, reserve can be used with hotels, with plane tickets. It's the same in Spanish, reservar. According to the man, what is the studio now offering? So what is it now offering? So what is new? Or what is different from before? Classes for beginners, discounted photo albums. Photo albums are the books where we keep photographs. Free costumes and props, or photography at events. Events can be anything, a party or a wedding or a christening. What does the man recommend the woman do? Come in for an interview? Submit some samples online? Show a copy of the diploma? Or start work next week? Okay.
Number 32. Where do the speakers work?
Let's just going over the questions.
Stopped by to drop off my resume.
The man do next?
Sorry. Okay.
Questions 35 through 37 refer to the following conversation.
Hello, welcome to Direct Photography. What can I do for you?
Hello, I saw your ad online for a portrait photographer. I just stopped by to drop off my resume.
Ah, I see. Well, the portrait photographer position has been filled, but we've just expanded our services to events. Do you have any experience taking photos at events like weddings or award ceremonies?
Well, I studied several types of photography when I did my fine arts degree. I've also worked as a freelance event photographer for 5 years. I included some of my samples with my resume.
These look great. Okay, how about I set up an interview with the owner? Can you come in this Friday?
Number 35. Why is the woman visiting the photography studio?
Okay, what do you think? What did you hear?
The photography at events.
Still number 35.
Excuse me.
D, to reserve a service.
No. It was a word that we saw in the first question. Resume. She said she was there to drop off her resume. So drop off means to leave. So you drop off the kids at school. You drop off a resume. So you leave a resume. And why do you leave a resume? When you want to apply for a job. So why is the woman visiting the photography studio? To apply for a job. According to the man, what is the studio now offering? I will listen to the guy. Here we go.
Number 36. According to the man, what is the studio now offering?
So I think you answered photography at events. So he asks if she has any experience photographing weddings or award ceremonies. So photography events. And what does the man recommend the woman do?
Number 37. What does the man recommend the woman do?
What did he say? We mentioned you'd set up an interview with the owner. And could she come in on Friday? So those two pieces of information we combine, come in for an interview. I want to do one at full speed so you can see how you can listen, process, and think of the answers. Okay? This first one, we'll look at the questions first. Yeah. So why is the man speaking to the woman? To obtain a brochure, to inform of a schedule change, to ask for directions, to invite her to an event. Okay, so these are words we should know. A brochure is a leaflet, something that advertises something or gives information about a location or an attraction. A schedule change. So are the times of something changing? To ask for directions. So is she lost? Does she want to go somewhere? Or to invite her to an event? So is he asking her to go somewhere with him?
Questions 38 through 40 refer to the following conversation. Excuse me, would you be able to tell me where the subway station is?
No problem. Can you see that little park on the corner? Turn right up there and then follow that road until you reach the tall gold tower. The subway entrance is right there.
That's the subway line that will take me to Harbor Plaza, right? I wanted to see the Futurism exhibit at the Harbor Art Museum.
Yes, that's the right line, but I believe the museum is closed on Mondays. You'd better double-check the museum hours before you go down there.
Number 38. Why is the man speaking to the woman?
Okay. So why is the man speaking to the woman? Anyone? Well, the key word in there was where. When he asked the question, he said where. So he wants to know a place. So automatically we can say, oh, he's asking for directions.
Number 39. What event is the man planning to attend?
Okay, so he told the lady that he wants to attend something. Was it a wedding, a store opening, a museum exhibit, or a festival? Anyone? It was a museum exhibit. You wanted to know the correct train line went there. What does the woman advise the man to do? Look up the hours of operation, look at a subway map, purchase a ticket in advance, or hire a tour guide. Well, the man wanted to go to this museum, but the woman says that the museum might not be open on Monday. So he should double check.
Look at the subway map.
No. If you double check something, you look up the information. In this context, double checking the information, double checking the times is the same as look up the hours. Okay, so she said double check the time. Double check the times. This one I'm just going to play all the way through. Okay, so this is the same speed as the test. So you need to think quickly. So I'm not going to go over the questions, just have to look at them yourselves. I'll give you a few seconds.
Number 40. What does the woman advise the man to do?
Sorry, that was the last one. What does the woman advise the man to do? Look up the hours of operation.
Questions 41 through 43 refer to the following conversation.
I eat at this restaurant every week, and I've always ordered the seafood pasta. It seems you stopped selling that menu item this month, though. Will you be bringing it back?
Unfortunately, our seafood supplier has gone out of business, so we've had to discontinue the item.
That's too bad. I was hoping you'd start selling the dish again.
Several customers have said the same thing, so we're in the process of looking for a new supplier right now. For your continued patience, I'd like to offer you a 50% discount coupon for your next meal. We appreciate your continued business while we sort out this problem.
Okay. So two of these questions, the answer is in the conversation. The other one, we need to manipulate our thoughts a bit. We need to twist it.
Number 41. What does the woman point out?
Okay. So the key word here was discontinued. Let's listen again to them.
Questions 41 through 43 refer to the following conversation.
I eat at this restaurant every week, and I've always ordered the seafood pasta. It seems you stopped selling that menu item this month, though. Will you be bringing it back?
Unfortunately, our seafood supplier has gone out of business, so we've had to discontinue the item.
Okay, discontinue. The same as in the answer. But we can get to that conclusion before we hear the man say discontinue. Because she tells us that she always orders the same thing, but now it's not on the menu. So then we know a menu item has been discontinued. Because discontinue means to stop something being continued. But then we have to think back. What explanation does the man give?
Ordered the seafood pasta. It seems you stopped selling that menu item this month, though.
So that's our answer for 41. Then he reinforces it with the discontinued.
Will you be bringing it back?
Unfortunately, our seafood supplier has gone out of business.
Okay, gone out of business. Our seafood supplier has gone out of business. So that means they've stopped working, they've stopped being a business. So that gives us A. But we need to know what the phrase go out of business means.
So we've had to discontinue the item.
That's too bad. I was hoping you'd start selling the dish again.
Several customers have said the same thing, so we're in the process of looking for a new supplier right now.
What does the man offer the woman?
For your continued patience, I'd like to offer you a 50% discount coupon for your next meal.
Okay, so we have discount, a 50% discount for your next meal. So that was a simple one. Okay, you can do this one on your own. Okay, I'm just going to play it straight through.
Questions 44 through 46 refer to the following conversation.
Daniel, I heard that this week's furniture orders were not delivered at all. What's going on?
There was a major storm at one of our manufacturing centers. All the items that were made at that location couldn't go out this week.
What's the situation right now?
The delayed orders will all be delivered today or tomorrow. But I was thinking we should have a way of notifying customers of unexpected problems like this. How about adding an automated email notification system to our online ordering system?
That's a good idea. Let's set up a meeting with the website's developers this afternoon and talk about it.
Okay, great. Number 44. According to the man, what caused some deliveries to be late?
What do you think?
Number 45. What does the man suggest adding to a system?
What was his suggestion?
Number 46. What do the speakers agree to do this afternoon? Questions 47 through 49 refer to the following conversation.
Okay. So what did you hear for these 44, 45, and 46? According to the man, what caused some deliveries to be late?
A. Some delivery addresses were incorrect.
No. Now we need to listen for key words that we can use to discover the correct answer. Let's listen to the start of the conversation again.
Questions 44 through 46 refer to the following conversation.
Daniel, I heard that this week's furniture orders were not delivered at all.
Okay, so we know that the furniture deliveries were not made. The furniture was not delivered. Why?
What's going on?
There was a major storm at one of our manufacturing centers.
There was a major storm. What is a storm? Does that match any of the options? There was a storm. Well, what is a storm? It's when the weather is very windy and very rainy. So, bad weather created delays. What does the man suggest adding to the system?
All the items that were made at that location couldn't go out this week.
What's the situation right now?
The delayed orders will all be delivered today or tomorrow. But I was thinking we should have a way of notifying customers of unexpected problems like this. How about adding an automated email notification system to our online ordering system?
That's a good idea. Let's set up a meeting with the website's
Oh, God. Anyway, come on. We'll do that again. So it says, why don't we send an email if we know we're going to have a problem? So I need to get the thing back up.
Questions 32 through 34 refer to the following conversation.
Jan, did you get a chance to read the resume I put on your desk for the pharmacy assistant position?
Don't worry about that, sorry. Okay.
Questions 30. There was a major storm at one of our manufacturing centers. All the items that were made at that location couldn't go out this week.
What's the situation right now?
The delayed orders will all be delivered today or tomorrow. But I was thinking we should have a way of notifying customers of unexpected problems like.
Okay, so the key words there was I was thinking. So he's making a suggestion of informing the customers.
This. How about adding an automated email notification system?
We have email notification system. So then we can just say, okay, that's the correct one. And what do the speakers agree to do this afternoon?
To our online ordering system.
That's a good idea. Let's set up a meeting with the website's developers this afternoon and talk about it.
The website's developers. Okay, so they're not reprimanding anyone. They want to set up a meeting. They're not reprimanding. Reprimand means to castigate, to tell off. Why is my screen sharing paused?
Okay, great.
Okay, is he going to meet with the specialists? Well, here, yes. They said they'll meet with the website developers. So the people who made the website. So in this case, they're specialists. Yeah. So that's going to be our answer. They're going to meet with specialists. We'll quickly look at some of question 4. Oh, sorry, part 4. Now, part 4 can be tricky because you need to listen to just one person.
Question 71.
Okay. So we're going to listen to one person. Now it can be an announcement, it can be a speech, it can be an advertisement. It can have different kinds of speech, but it is only one person. Okay? So we need to listen continuously and process everything that's said. We do have a few seconds to look at the questions before, but not much time. So where is the announcement mostly likely taking place? In a restaurant, in a grocery store, in a coffee shop, in a bookstore? So we need to think about ways to be able to differentiate between these things. How can we tell if it's a coffee shop or a restaurant? And so on. What has caused the problem? Okay, so we need to listen for a reason or for something that's caused the problem that the man or the woman's talking about. And what does the speaker tell the listeners to do? Speak to an employee, keep their receipts, visit the bakery, or purchase cookies. Okay. Sometimes our final question relies on other information at the beginning of the speech, for example. And we need to be careful with that. We need to add all the information together in our minds and be able to remember and process and quickly think.
1 through 73 refer to the following announcement.
Good afternoon, shoppers. Due to some minor damage to the windows from this weekend's storm, the bakery section and part of the produce section are closed. So please do not enter those areas. We expect to be able to open the area again after repairs are completed on Thursday. To apologize, today we will be offering every shopper a coupon for 2 free cookies that can be redeemed when the bakery reopens. Please ask your cashier for a coupon when you purchase your groceries today. Thank you for your understanding.
Okay, there's a lot of things in that to trick us. Yeah. So lots of things there to make us confused. So we need to be able to quickly analyze, and make decisions. Let's listen again, and I'll pause it.
Questions 71 through 73 refer to the following announcement.
Good afternoon, shoppers.
Good afternoon, shoppers. It begins with that greeting. So really we can narrow it down to a grocery store or a bookstore. Because people in a restaurant aren't shoppers, and really people in a coffee shop aren't shoppers. Because they just go in, get a coffee, and leave or sit down.
Due to some minor damage to the windows from this weekend's storm, the bakery section and part of the produce section are closed.
So we know this place has got a bakery section and a produce section. So it's definitely the grocery store. He also said there was some damage. So what's called a problem? Building damage. He said it's because of the storm.
Windows from this weekend's storm, the bakery section and part of the produce section are closed.
So he's already told us that the bakery section is closed.
So please do not enter those areas.
So we know that visit the bakery is not correct because the bakery is closed.
We expect to be able to open the area again after repairs are completed on Thursday. To apologize, today we will be offering every shopper a coupon for 2 free cookies that can be...
A coupon for 2 free cookies. Okay, so they're trying to trick us with cookies. Let's say purchase cookies. Purchase is the same as buy, but we have a coupon. And the cookies are free. So that's not correct either. So that leaves us with keep their receipts or speak to an employee. Now, a coupon is not a receipt. A coupon is a voucher for a discount.
Redeemed when the bakery reopens. Please ask your cashier for a coupon when you purchase your groceries today.
Please ask your cashier for a coupon when you purchase your groceries today. So cashier is the person who calculates the total of your purchase in a supermarket. I said, talk to your cashier or ask your cashier. So that's the same as speak to an employee. An employee is someone who works there. Speak to an employee, ask your cashier. So I told you that this part is similar, very similar to part 3, but it can be trickier. because you have to pay attention to just one person instead of being able to anticipate who is going to give the information.
Thank you for your understanding.
Number 71. Number 73. Herman and Sons Legal 70. Questions 74 through 76 refer to the following advertisement. Herman and Sons Legal has been representing the biggest film production companies for over 25 years. We have a proven track record in the entertainment industry and specialize in all aspects of contract law. Since moving our offices to Hollywood, we are better prepared to help our clients negotiate new contracts. For more information, please have a look at Talent Magazine's recent feature on our company. Number 74. What type of law does Herman and Sons Legal practice? Number 75. What has Herman and Sons Legal recently done? Number 76. Where can listeners find out more about Herman and Sons Legal? Advertisement. Herman and Sons Legal has been representing the biggest film production companies for over 25 years.
Film production companies. So is that criminal, entertainment, family, or property? Will film production companies make movies? Movies are entertainment. So we need to be able to quickly listen to what they say and apply it to these answers.
We have a proven track record in the entertainment industry and specialize in all aspects of contract law. Since moving our offices to Hollywood, we are better prepared to help our clients negotiate new contracts.
Since moving our offices to Hollywood, so they've moved from one place to Hollywood. So it's moved to a new location. So that was pretty simple. Merge with another company, that's when two companies join together to become one company. Hire a new manager is when they employ a new person, or it made a new legal team. Well, they didn't say anything about creating any new legal teams.
For more information, please have a look at Talent Magazine's recent feature on our company.
Talent Magazine's recent feature. So there we have a very simple answer again, in a magazine. Okay, so sometimes these answers are very simple. We just need to listen for the keywords, listen for the appropriate information. Sometimes we need to think of synonyms or different ways of saying the same thing. Sometimes we need to think of a category of something, such as the film production. And sometimes we need to imagine just like before, where this conversation was taking place, where this announcement or what type of speech is being made, that kind of thing. So you can practice more on this. This is in the shared folder. I'll share it again, share it every week. I posted PDFs and all kinds of things for you last week as well. I don't know if you've looked at any of them. Okay, does anyone have any questions before we finish? No? Okay, well, thank you very much for coming. Remember, if you have any questions or any problems, then send me an email or a WhatsApp. Okay, we have our first test next week. I think the 6th of September. Yep. So that's our midterm test on the 6th of September. I'll set another homework maybe tomorrow or Monday based on 3 and 4. Maybe try to include some listening with it. Okay, so thank you for coming. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Right.